Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who. This is the Sensorites Part 5. Um, yeah, this has been an average story, hasn't been the best, but, that's how it goes. So, I don't think there's much more to be said. Last episode we ended with very much the Doctor in the aqueduct and hearing the sound of monsters. If you want the full uncut and edited reaction to this, as well as a lot of other content, you can find that on Patreon listed in the description below, as well as my social media accounts. Without further ado, let's just get straight on into this.
What is it, Ian?
We must find him.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Lean on me.
Keep away! Keep away!
Grandfather!
Conscious. Here, help me to get him out of here.
Look at the state he's in.
Oh, don't worry about that. Collect up his things. We don't want to hang around here. It's going away.
Ian, what do you think this is?
I don't know. Part of an old lighting system, I suppose. Don't worry about that now. Let's get him out of here. Before that thing comes back.
We can't just give up. You know the aqueduct. Surely you can help them in some way.
I regret it is impossible. You have no conception of what extreme sound does to us. It stuns the brain and paralyzes the nerves.
And in the darkness, we are helpless anyway. Our warriors will be more of a hindrance than a help.
Is there no hope for them then?
What? Yes.
What?
Surrounded by enemies.
Yes, true. True. And water, and those monsters in there. And now it appears that there's someone among the Sensorites that bears ill will. That's two separate enemies.
It's
Don't
the
you mean
ambassador.
No, don't mistake me.
No, it's
And those
administrator,
monsters
isn't it?
are distinctly connected. I've more or less solved that problem. But this Sensorite who's against us is a much greater danger. Now I suggest we go back and try and find out which one it is.
Considering they all look the same, it would be pretty hard. Oh, is he the one that's supporting the administrator?
When fear and alarm is at work, that section becomes open. A veil is lifted. Do you understand?
Yes.
That is what happened to the man John, but the veil will not lower itself. Thus he is constantly afraid, even when he's at peace, when he's asleep, for example. The body says one thing, the brain the other. Thus his condition, utter confusion.
And this treatment you're giving him is in order to close down that veil?
Yes, not permanently, of course, or he would step into danger without concern. The veil must function normally again.
It's rather like an eyelid, isn't it? Oh, these shutters over my eyes.
Yes, to see all the time is not a good thing. No,
To see all
we
the
must be going.
time.
I'll be here all the time, John.
Hello.
Remember your family group.
Very well.
I shall be listening. Stand over him. Stun him if he sends his mind to anyone other than the
He's a
senior warrior.
power-hungry narcissist.
Senior warrior, this is the second elder. Go on, send it. Good. He is answering. Tell him to bring the firing key and meet you in the courtyard of the Palace of the Elders. That is enough.
Down here, isn't it?
What about up there? I wonder how Barbara's getting on.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see her.
I wish we were up there in the TARDIS and away from here. Still, I know what you mean. Hey, Ask the First Elder if Barbara can come down and join us here.
Yes.
Most extraordinary, ran away from me.
That must have looked funny. Flip, flap,
I
flip.
can assure you we were very mobile, my child. Come along, let's get into the First Elder's room. Come along.
Yeah, there's only one more episode after
Why have
this.
you not retied his hands? Now I have the power. Stop him, you fool!
Something bad.
I cannot. I selected him for office. But it is not pride which makes me defend my choice. I know that Sensorite. I trust him.
And yet you can't explain his actions.
A mystery does not mean...
Yeah, I feel like there's a few stutters in the lines from the Sensorites.
My dear sir, that's most civil of you. I ruined my jacket down in the aqueduct. But of course I have others on my ship. Thank you.
Very smart.
It is possible that these actors that are playing the Sensorites were given very short notice.
The city administrator wishes...
Firing key of the disintegrator. Then I saw the doctor go after the second elder.
Yes,
calling
I
him.
did that. But I didn't kill him.
I saw you. You wrestled for possession of the firing key. There is the firing key, belt as though in a struggle. And finally, when the second elder resisted, you took an object from inside your coat and struck him down and killed him.
He didn't have his coat.
This is a grave charge.
But obviously untrue, sir.
Why?
He didn't have his
How did you
coat when he
recognize
ran.
the doctor?
His hair is different.
Yes.
So are his clothes.
Oh, yes, his clothes. You say that you saw him take a...
Wild accusation, but I felt his story should be brought before you.
Oh, you acted correctly. What can have possessed my advice?
I have my fan on. I really hope
Was always opposed
that
to our
it
visitors,
isn't making
but
my
perhaps he
voice
stole
sound
the
like a
firing key
Dalek.
in order to attack them with the disintegrator.
I bet he stole our antidote too. He was our enemy.
A sad matter. But since he has deceived us, my sympathies shall not be wasted. As to his replacement, can set it aside. My new advisor and I have much to discuss. You will excuse us?
Certainly, sir. My companions and I will pay a visit to the man John and note his progress.
Oh, you were going to ask about Barbara.
I don't think this is quite the moment. I'll ask later.
All right.
Oh, and, congratulations.
When you address one of the elders, you call him sir.
Jeez.
Now we shall know.
John. John. Remember.
Some things, but mostly there seems a sort of grey cloud. I just remember that it seems a very long time.
Yes. Oh, John, I can't tell you how I feel. How glad.
It is indeed a time of happiness for both of you.
Oh, this is the scientist who cured you.
Then I have a lot to thank you for.
What do you ask for?
We have a custom of plotting against you.
And this Sensorite, can you identify him?
No,
Is he in this room?
no. There was something particularly odd about his clothes, I remember, but exactly
Yes,
what...
it must have been the Sensorite who has just died.
Yes. I suppose it must.
The first elder wishes to talk to the doctor. You will inform him.
All right.
He's not very friendly.
Jeez.
Well, he's only just become second elder. I should think he's trying out his new authority. I wouldn't like to cross him.
And what is this little collection?
Coroner, yes. That was it.
You see, the city administrator, he was our enemy.
It's nice to see
With the
that
second elder?
it hasn't
When John
taken
was there,
him
he must have
long
given
to
himself
figure
away.
it out.
Yes. He was certainly pretty odd with me.
If this is true, what you say, Susan, there's trouble ahead for us. That Sensorite has power now.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, without proof, and now they've made it twice as hard to
Well, sir, the
prove
doctor
it.
and I have discussed this poison business, and we are convinced that your water supply is being deliberately poisoned.
Yes, and what we propose to do, sir, is to go down into the aqueduct, find your enemies, and stop them.
Very well. But you will take light with you. As
Hide yourself. What have you there?
It is the plan of the aqueduct, sir. The doctor asked for it.
Give it to me. I will deliver it. Return to your duties.
Thank you, sir.
The plan of the aqueduct. Quickly, change some of the routes on this and see that the messenger delivers it to the doctor.
Okay, so the doctor still said, you know, he doesn't like
I
weapons,
still wish
but
I could dissuade
he's
you.
willing to use them.
Yes, and that brings me to another problem. My granddaughter, Susan. She's bound to want to come with us.
I don't think she ought to, Doctor.
No, I quite agree with you, my boy. We must go and not tell her, and save any arguments. I wonder, sir, would you mind keeping a small secret until...
My advisor. Then he must have been killed by a Sensorite.
But who would do
He's
such a
too, I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
civilization is
But
too
also ask
trusting,
myself,
and that's the
why
problem.
was it done?
Tell them I'm starving.
All right.
I wonder how often he
I'm so
ate
happy that you're better now.
when he was in the
Where's
spaceship.
Carol? Well, you can see that for yourself.
She's had a bad time. You know, I have a feeling that we'll both give up space traveling when we get back to Earth.
Oh, and get married.
She's all I really care
I'm
about.
not sure I could ever give
Oh,
up space
thank you.
travel.
I'm tired of waiting.
You know, if someone offered me the chance to travel the stars, I'm not sure I could ever give it up. For anything. Or anyone. You know, that might sound selfish, but... Okay, so that was Season 1, Episode 35 of Classic Doctor Who, The Sensorites Kidnap. A bit of a weird title, calling it Kidnap, you know, because really that didn't happen till the very end. So I probably would have titled the last episode Kidnap, but that's just me. This episode was, again, just an average episode. It really wasn't anything spectacular. You know, I am looking at giving this story in general probably a 6, maybe a 5. But we'll wait till the next episode has finished, of course. Yeah, but let's just break it down. Here we start off with the end of the last episode, the Doctor in the aqueduct hearing monsters. Susan and Ian find him unconscious. Here we have the first elder and the scientist saying that there's no way they can help them, they're dead. And then they also speak that John is almost better. Here we have the Doctor, Ian and Susan talking about, you know, what was in the aqueduct. The Doctor realizing that they've got an enemy in the Sensorite sort of area. That person working with the administrator overheard the conversation. Here we have John getting better and the scientist sort of explaining to Carol why his mind is like that and they have to close his mind. Then she's telling the Sensorites about eyelids. The Sensorites are saying to see all the time is not a good thing. Here we have the second elder being forced to get the second firing key and bring it to the administrator, or who's dressed up as the second elder. Here we have the second elder literally uses force and destroys the firing key, but ends up the Sensorite ends up killing the second Elder. Here we have the Doctor receiving a cloak. He says, you know, he always looks better in one. Here we have the Sensorite that works for the Administrator sort of saying that the Doctor killed the second Elder. Ian defending the Doctor and tricking that Sensorite into showing that he's lying. Ian then suggests that the Administrator becomes second Elder. Here we have Carol quite happy that John is back to his normal self, which is good news. And John doesn't hold a grudge against the Sensorites, which is nice. You know, a lot of people would hold a grudge against them. Susan sort of asking John what he meant about the traitor, who it was. Then he says it was the sash, and the Doctor, Ian, and Susan all realise that the Administrator, now second Elder, is, well, he's basically the one that's been up to the no good. But of course the Doctor and Ian wouldn't be able to convince him because they have no proof. Here the Doctor and Ian are discussing that they're going to go inside the aqueduct and try and find out the truth. The second Elder, the new second Elder, basically tampers with the weapons and the map to the aqueduct. The Doctor basically says, gotta keep this a secret from Susan that we're going down. Here's Susan, Carol and John are about to eat fruit. The Doctor and Ian go into the aqueduct, and then Carol goes off and is kidnapped at the end. Okay, so that was my breakdown of the Sensorites' kidnap. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said. Wait until the end of the story. I am going to have to buy The Reign of Terror, which is the next story, simply because it's not available on BritBox, even though they've released the Lost Stories. I believe only one of those stories is the First Doctor. And that's, I know for a fact that that's his final story. Unfortunately, the Reign of Terror doesn't seem to be in there. Just so you know, I am aware of when the First Doctor regenerates. That is all I know. Simply because of Twice Upon a Time, that's how I know. So yeah, I have to go out and buy the DVD for that, and hopefully that works with this software well. You know, hopefully we shouldn't get any stutters or anything like that, but we'll just have to see. I think that's all for now. I will see you for the last episode next time, and I'll catch you then. Bye.